Effective immediately, RNA Security will begin enforcing a mandatory evacuation of the shanty towns and slums surrounding Santos and an 11 p.m. curfew for the remainder of the city. The slums surrounding Santos have become a stronghold for the lineage, and these measures come in response to a rise in armed assaults against RNA security patrols and bombing campaigns against RNA property. Concerned residents can report suspicious persons in their area by contacting RNA 585DL40. Together we can root out these insurgents and return peace to our great city. Santos and RNA, a new team for a new era.
All right, listen up, soldier. This is our last session. Our timetable has moved up and escalating tensions is the official line. It's time you learn the other side. You're an elf and a lineage soldier, so anyone in a blue RNA uniform is the enemy. You're now going to learn how to use a katana, about the magic called smoke, the tech called wired reflexes, and perhaps most importantly, how to find, capture, and escape with the artifact that is the focus of most of the conflict here in Santos. First, you'll learn about being an elf, how to take advantage of that fact, and how to keep your scrawny butt alive while putting the hurt on the bad guys. Elves are taller and built slighter than humans. They can't take as much damage, but they are faster. They also have more essence to work with. They do have a significant advantage, however. They can heal themselves when wounded as long as they can find cover and take no damage for a short time. Think hit and run tactics, and don't forget it. Healing kicks in automatically, so worry only about getting yourself out of the line of fire to take advantage. So, guess what gets me up in the morning, soldier? I get to blow your skinny butt up all in the name of thorough training, and I even get paid. See? It only stings for a while, then you're back in the fight. Remember, as an elf, you have less health, but move faster and heal. So stick and move and don't get cornered by the bigger races. Move to the waypoint to continue your training. Believe it or not, the katana, that formidable weapon of the ancient samurai, has had a renaissance in the modern battlefield. It's not for the old-fashioned and the romantic. In the right hands, it is, in fact, a deadly efficient tool. Your view changes when the katana is equipped. This gives you better peripheral awareness. Use it to your advantage. When you are armed with a katana, and in combat with an opponent who is also armed with a katana, to block their attacks, simply face them without attacking. This takes discipline, and when mastered, opens your opponent to counterattack. Okay, approach the target and kill him with the katana. The katana is especially deadly if your target hasn't seen you. Look for the mark above their heads. A question mark tells you they are unaware of your presence. When you strike an unaware target with the katana, it deals a mortal wound. You can tell you've been successful by the geyser of blood. Can't miss it. They'll bleed to death shortly, unless they're resurrected or find a tree of life. Now approach and attack the next target from behind. If you do it right, you just have to hit him once, and then you might want to stand back. You can get a little messy. The katana takes skill to master, but with practice, it is a weapon to be feared. Now for a final test. Remember what I taught you. Surprise your enemy, hit and run, and block when especially pressed. Kill all enemies. Good job. The katana requires disciplined combat skills. And if your enemies have them, smoke is a useful spell for getting out of a tight spot at the last minute, still breathing. It can make the difference between living or dying. Assign smoke to one of your ability slots. Hold the assignment menu button. Smoke temporarily turns your physical body into a vaporous cloud. When active, bullets and melee attacks cannot hurt you. You also will take no damage from falling. Now cast smoke to see how it affects your physical makeup. Once triggered, smoke stays active until you re-trigger it or use up your essence. You best demonstrate smoke? Guess what? I get to blow you up. How many times has it been now? I love my job. That explosion would have killed a troll on PCP, and you were fine. Smoke will save your ass in a tight spot. Use it. Deactivate smoke now by triggering the spell. After smoke is turned off, there's a short recovery period. During this time, no weapons, tech, or magic can be used. This is important to know because you're quite vulnerable to... You should also know that gust magic affects you differently when you are smoked. Smokers take damage from gust instead of only being pushed back. Another drawback, your essence regeneration is slower when smoke is assigned to a slot. But on the flip side, when smoke is assigned to one of your slots, you will not be visible to enhanced vision. And SmartLink cannot lock onto you. This can be more valuable than you think. Now we'll practice using smoke and your katana. If you take too much damage, use smoke to get to a safe place to take advantage of your healing ability before attacking again. Follow the waypoint when you are ready to begin. Take out the enemy targets inside this hangar. Remember to use smoke to help you avoid taking damage when your health is low. Good job, soldier. Now on to the last part of smoke training. To turn the tables, you will not have access to smoke, but your enemies will. Assign gust to one of your ability slots to continue. Hold the assignment menu button. If the enemies smoke, gust them or follow them and take them down when they come out of it. Good for hit-and-run attacks, avoiding falling damage, and staying off the radar if the other team is relying on enhanced vision. You can be damn sure the other team will be using it against you. Good job, soldier. Move to the next waypoint to learn about wired reflexes. Next lesson, wired reflexes. Like the name implies, it's tech that totally juices your system. Faster foot speed, faster reloading, everything is faster. Assign wired reflexes. Hold the assignment menu button. Hold the assignment menu button. Okay, wired is assigned. When wired reflexes is assigned to a slot, it will increase your speed in all things. The drawback is the impact on your available essence. As I said, wired totally juices your system. If you have a katana, you will be able to deflect some incoming fire. Some bullets will get through, especially high-caliber ones, so don't start feeling invincible. Remember, you have to be facing the shooter to block effectively. Now we'll learn wired reflexes in a combat demonstration. Your movement is restricted for this demonstration. You think that's unfair? Get a helmet. Remember, you have to face the enemies to block their attacks, and do not swing your sword. The block will happen automatically. Face the enemies and don't attack, and you will block successfully. Show some discipline, soldier. Don't flail around. You're free to move. Kill all your enemies. Nicely done. Move to the waypoint for a final lesson about wired reflexes. So far, you've been experiencing wired reflexes in passive mode. It can also be briefly operated in active mode. If you trigger your wired reflexes, you will really get a jolt. You'll jump higher, block more, run fast as hell. This does take a toll on your body, and you'll take damage as a drawback. There's always a drawback. Okay, move to the next waypoint and trigger your wired reflexes. Notice your speed and that it damages you a bit. It can be worth it though for fast getaways or for closing in real quick. Good work, soldier. This very last bit of training will teach you about using the artifact and escaping with it. This can be the most important and valuable thing you can do on the battlefield. Follow the waypoint on your HUD to the location of the artifact. Now pick up the artifact. Listen up. This is important. If you activate any tech or magic abilities, the artifact will be dropped. If it is not picked up again after a short time, it will return to its starting location. While you are carrying it, the artifact can also be used as a weapon. It behaves somewhat like a katana when you attack with it, so you're not defenseless. You can also drop the artifact by changing weapons. This is useful when you need to defend with something with a bit of range. There's a waypoint for the drop-off location on your HUD. You must take the artifact to this location. Keep an eye out for this icon. It will be the ultimate objective in most engagements. Carry the artifact to this point, and the other team will attempt to defend this point. There will be enemy targets trying to stop you. Drop the artifact if you must, but remember, it will return to its starting place if it is left for too long. Good job. You've done well. Remember the strengths and weaknesses of elves and smoke magic. Wired reflexes and katanas are useful tools to master and can be very effective. Most of all, remember about the artifact. It's the key to what's happening here in Santos. Soldier, I know we covered a lot of ground together in these sessions, but believe me, there's much more to learn regarding almost every race, tech, and magic. Refer to your manual and try to find a veteran to teach you more. For now, it's one last match against bots. Are you ready?
Extraction. Game on. Artifact secure. Reach the exit point. Game on.
One out. Hang on.
Artifact secure. Reach the exit point.
Elevator bay. Clear. Artifact is moving. Hangar.